Huntsville people, y'all wanted it, baby, and I'm bringing it to you. Down to the bar, the Huntsville R&B Day Party, Sunday, May 26th, down to Black Cigar Lounge, baby. When I tell you, we gonna drink, slap five, have a good time, and roll our kikis down to the ground. Tickets going on sale real soon. If Marcel asks to ever damn call me back so we can solidify the details, Marcel, pick up the phone and call me. And y'all, they might have kicked Miss Wanda off that damn show, but I'm bringing her back to the public eye because Wanda is going to be my special guest host, and we going to have a good damn time. So tell everybody, get your outfit, get your hair done, get your money right. It's Memorial Day weekend, baby. The doll will be in Huntsville, down to the Black Cigar Lounge, Sunday, May 26th. I better see you in the building. Bye. Baby, I don't even know what's going on right now. I don't even know how this is happening because I don't do reality TV reviews no more. I left that alone for the starter girls. But Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8, baby, that thing got it going on. Want to talk about it? Here it go. So look, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. Y'all know that I have walked away from the reality TV review space some time ago. I was just over it. The whole ensemble cast of 5 black women with red bottoms and Chanel and fancy cars who go to lunch and go to dinner and fuss. Then they go back to the person's house who wasn't there to reveal what happened at the lunch. Then they meet up again just to fuss about what was revealed. That formula has gotten old. The last show that barely held my interest was Love and Marriage Huntsville, because when that show came out, and I've said this over the years, it was a true docu-follow following people's real lives as they were unfolding, and it did not feel scripted and contrived. Then, I'm not going to lie to y'all, somewhere along the way, the fans completely ruined that show for me. And the stress, the negative attention that it was bringing me, I just didn't have the emotional capacity to handle it. And I said, you know what? My peace means more to me. I'm going to walk away from it. Now, I got a feeling that midway through this season, I'm going to end up still feeling the way that I felt before, and I'm probably going to abandon this shit because what y'all not finna do is stress me out. But nevertheless, it's 1:15 right now, and I've got an interview at 2:30. I went out to eat breakfast with a friend this morning, got back home, and was just killing time. And I said, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do. They're only on episode 1. Let me just dip in for shits and giggles. And baby, I'm glad and mad I did at the same time. I'm glad I did because it's refreshing to feel this thunder that I feel shut up in my bones. But I'm also mad because now I'm semi-committing to entering a space that I walked away from. And I already know y'all hoes finna stress me out, but I'm going to give it a go. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8 got it going on. And I'm not going to lie, after walking away for it from some time, I'm feeling that vigor that I did when the show first premiered in terms of, oh my God, this is real. No love and hip hop storylines. Like, this is real. This is going on. I can follow this in real time on social media. Producers cannot make this up. It's not contrived. This is really happening. And so it's got me overjoyed. So let's get into it. The episode opens up with Mel hiring security because Martell is coming unraveled, so she believes, and she is concerned about her safety. And why is Martell, he's a toy, right? Why is Martell becoming unraveled? Because he has been arrested due to Melody going down and basically filing charges against him for domestic violence / improper communications. And we later find out that Martell, in short, threatened to do some revenge porn type of stuff on her, and that was enough for a warrant to be issued against his arrest. And we'll get into that a little later as we get deeper into the episode. But the episode opens up with Martell and his mama, and Martell makes the comment that you don't get the law involved unless you're in harm's way. Either he said it or his mama said it. And you know what? Is it me, or was Martell's whole dialogue throughout this entire episode with his mama cringy? It was cringy. It's funny because Martell is a textbook narcissist, and I hate using that word because that's the one word that black people now need to actually flush out of their doggone vocabulary. We learn one new word, and everybody wants to run with it. But Martell is definitely a textbook narcissist, And while I have no issues with Miss Marlene, and I've always liked her because for the most part she's tried to stay out of it, I'm getting more and more insight into why he is the way he is. And Miss Marlene, you uphold Martel in his wrong. You completely uphold Martel in his wrong. I have always had the issue with Martel that he wants to start the story in the middle. The story doesn't start in the middle, Papa. It doesn't start with her calling the police on you. The story starts with you sending the threat to her that you were going to reveal that naked porn on her, okay? Listen, nobody wants to be embarrassed with their legs spread open wide, spread eagle on the doggone internet. God knows I probably would have to disappear for 3 months if y'all got a hold of the nasty shit in my phone. Matter of fact, I need to damn delete this shit, quiet as it's kept. That is just a level of embarrassment that's so deep, it can really affect the way somebody navigates this planet. And the fact that you nor your mama are being truthful about what it is you did. My whole thing is, Martell, leave this damn lady alone. Leave her alone. You already broke the lady heart in 50 million pieces. 11 million pieces. You already fucked over this lady 7 ways past Sunday. You've had a baby on her. You've embarrassed her. You've talked to her crazy. You've made her life difficult. What more do you want? What more do you want? You did all of this. No matter how you slice it and dice it, you did all of this. And I know that Ariana Curry ain't got nothing to do with it, but she was the precipice for all of this shit popping off, right? And I think the most disrespectful part to your children's, to your previous marriage, to Melody, to your mammy, to Huntsville, and to the viewers is that you ain't go off and marry the bitch. Y'all should have had y'all wedding at KFC by now. You tow up your whole family for a small side order of $1.69 coleslaw, and then when you had the ability to be with the bitch, you ain't even gonna marry her. Goddamn. Goddamn. You tow up your marriage for a whole lot of nothing. You got to be a special kind of damn fool. If anything, if anything, your narcissistic ways should have forced you to go off and marry the bitch just to dig a knife deeper in the male heart. But I always tell y'all little young hoes, I always tell y'all little dumb hoes, it never works out that way. Y'all cheat with a nigga and think that when he leave his wife, he finally gonna get with you, baby. What B.B. King said, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. It never works out that way. They never get with you. They only with you because it's exciting. Then, Coleslaw, you got to feel like a special kind of fool because when he left Melody and had the opportunity to be with you, he went over there and was with Big Leg Sheree. Give me that donkey butt and them big old legs. I ain't too proud to beg. He went over there and was with Big Leg Sheree. Then when that ain't work out, he ran back over there and spent a little bit of time with you. And then he'll go back and find somebody else and keep coming over there to you. You know, you recovery puss. We gonna change her name. She been named Coleslaw for a long time. Now we gonna call her recovery puss. Cause that's all you is. Just a little piece of shelter. Just a little piece of plywood from when the hurricane coming. Just to give me a little bit of shelter. We gonna call her ass recovery puss. But anyway, this ain't even got nothing to do with that girl. Moving right along. Miss Marlene, you ain't shit. You ain't shit that's coming to the surface, and that's where Martell ass get it from. Because you over there upholding him in his wrong instead of being a woman about the situation and giving him how this situation feels from a woman's perspective. Your son deserved to go to jail. Leave that damn lady alone. You didn't want her. You cheated on her, so you obviously did not want her. Why do you insist on making her life miserable? It's not freaking hard to co-parent. It really isn't. The court said you had the kids this week, I had the kids this week, and y'all oldest child old enough where real talk communication could flow through her. Mommy, my daddy said, what time y'all coming to get us? Tell your daddy I'll be around there at 5 o'clock. Okay. Daddy, my mommy said, don't forget to get a little one her asthma medicine. Tell your mommy I said I won't. Okay. Bomb. I don't understand what the problem is. That's maturity. I really don't understand what the problem is. Leave that lady alone. You know good and goddamn well you don't want full custody of them children. You just don't want to pay child support, or you just trying to further stay, in connection with that damn woman. Your dick too hungry. Quiet as it's kept, your dick too hungry. You too busy trying to fuck all up and down Huntsville and be a star in Atlanta to have them kids full time. Tell the truth and shame the damn devil. And I wish that women honestly did not have the emotional attachment to their children that they do. Because I guarantee y'all, 90% of men that be trying to fight y'all for them kids, if y'all threw y'all hands up in the air and said, take their ass to take them, baby, they'll run down to the courts and be like, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. They strictly trying to stick it to the women and trying to hurt him. Martell don't want full custody of them damn kids. Quiet as it's kept, Martell, independent of this show, your ass ain't even got enough income to take full custody of these damn kids. You need to be somewhere trying to get your contractor license straight. Quiet as it's kept. Nevertheless, Melody goes to the kitchen and she talks with her brother. It's talking about the reason why she went and filed the warrant, and we found out it's for the potential threat of revenge porn. And obviously, Martell, whatever it is you did, it met the threshold, whereas the law found it prudent to issue a warrant for your arrest. So, Negro, you did it. The low down part about it is Martell is so fixated on spinning the narrative as to say Melody was cheating as well, that he was willing to go out of his way and edit a sex tape that he and her made, to make it seem like she was having sex with another guy. And the gag is, Martell, nobody would ever believe that if you released it, because we'd all be sitting here being like, how did you get your hands on it? How did you get your hands on it if she was hunching somebody else? Dude, just stop. Y'all are divorced already. Your reputation as far as being a cheater has been sullied already. We already don't believe you. We don't believe nothing that came out of your mouth. Our sympathies are 100% with Mel, and that's just what it is. Y'all are 8 seasons in. You've been trying to spin this narrative for a long time, and I'm here to give you some free PR right now, Martell. This right now is an opinion of that'll never change. Where you can rack cool points and where you can win is showing change and growth in the daddy space. Be like, you know what? That Negro was a no good ass husband, but he's a stand up ass father, in which you've already got leverage in that department, because nobody's questioning your parenting. Nobody is. But I think, Martell, if you want to flip the narrative on Melody, and make her look like the crazy ex that's always poking at you, be the good guy for once. Stop trying to convince people and yourself that she was cheating. Even if she was, even if she did, I'm being honest with you from the court of public opinion, we don't care. And I always tell people when I sit in this space of consulting, the truth never matters. The truth never matters. It's all about perception, Papa. The truth never matters. It's not about, we're going to treat you based on what we perceive. And at this point, you can bring 10 phone books worth of records showing that Melody cheated, and we honestly don't care, because our minds are made up about you. This is an uphill battle that you will not win. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Switch page, switch gears, and move on to something else. So Stormy meets with Nell, and she says that Kiki was running to the blogs telling all of their scenes, and somehow or another the blogs must have got mad with Kiki and revealed that Kiki was the one doing the snitching and it wasn't her mama. Now, granted, I didn't watch a few seasons, but I was able to deduce from that scene that apparently Kiki must have come under fire at some point, saying it was her mama doing the talking and it wasn't her, and Stormy came to her defense, and now Stormy is looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Stormy, I don't know how many of my reviews you watched or did not watch, but I told y'all Kiki wasn't shit from the beginning. I told y'all Kiki was not shit from the beginning. I saw through Kiki from the moment she walked on our screen. She saw her cousin Tisha on TV. She was jealous. She wanted a part of it. She went over there and aligned herself with the ops because she knew being friends with Melody would get her on TV. She started divulging secret stuff that lent itself to Tisha's marriage not being on sturdy ground. I knew Kiki wasn't shit then. She just an ain't shit ass bitch. And that's all right. Some people can't help who they are. Some people are put on this earth to be antagonists. That's what Kiki ass is, so you can't be surprised. Kiki is a by any means necessary ass grimy bitch. She want to be on TV. She want to be the it girl so bad, and she will cross any damn body to get what she want. She don't have an integrity bone in her body, baby. You can tell by how tired her hairdos is and how late her fashions is. She ain't even got no integrity. She ain't even got no integrity with herself. How the hell y'all expect anybody who hair look the way Kiki hair look on TV ain't got no damn integrity? Okay? Y'all should have known. Y'all should have doggone known. Now, Miss Nell, you need to mind your damn business. Miss Nell, you got too many opinions about other people's marriage for me. And I'm going to tell you something. I ain't watched them previous seasons, and I don't know if it came to the surface yet. But I can assure you, some shit with you and Chris gonna hit the fan if you don't step back just a little bit. I think I remember y'all having some discussions about a little bit of infidelity going on at some point in y'all marriage. And I think Chris and Martell may have gotten into it a little bit at some point about Chris allegedly cheating on you. But you be having too many strong opinions about other people's marriages. And I know that they prepped Nell up to be kind of like the matriarchal figure of this show. But Nell, you need to sit down. And mind you, we don't trust women with blonde hair, okay? Black women with blonde hair come second to trust level with Kiki. We don't trust them. Y'all around here talking about, it's children involved and I would have never sent him to jail about things that can't be resolved. Miss Nell, you almost got dove on by Martell your own damn self. You know that can't nothing with Martell be resolved. You know that talking to Martell is like talking to a brick doggone wall, okay? And listen, she been trying to talk to this man ever since this damn show came on, and it ain't sinking through. So no, send his ass to jail. And while I'm talking about sending his ass to jail, I cannot stand when people pick and choose when they want to make it about the kids, and when people pick and choose when they want to spin the narrative. Miss Marlene and Miss Martell, let me get y'all together real quick. That was disgusting how y'all was sitting on that sofa trying to make it about them kids. Oh, and in front of my kids. Oh, and in front of my kids. Melody did not make the police come arrest you in front of your kids. Melody did not call the police on you in front of your kids. She filed that paperwork, and it just so happened that your ass went to the court with your children and found out that you had a warrant for your arrest, okay? If we're going to make it about the kids, let's not start in the middle of the story, baby. What about them kids when you was cheating with coleslaw? What about them kids when you got coleslaw pregnant? What about them kids when you got on TV steady accusing their mama of cheating and sucking dick, somebody else's dick? What about them kids when you broke up the family? What about them kids when you went to Atlanta and was fucking around with Big Leg Sheree? What about them kids when you was trying to make it an issue with Melody's brother caring for the kids because he was gay? I don't care what you say out your damn mouth. What about the kids then? Now all of a sudden it's what about the kids? Quite frankly, there is nothing that Melody can do in this situation that's more damaging to those kids than what you did by breaking up the family, and that's true tea. And if your mammy won't tell you, I will. That's true tea. So Martell, your what about the kids card has been permanently revoked, not suspended, not modified. It's been permanently revoked because you committed the ultimate atrocity against what about them kids? You broke the family. Let's move on. Carlos, you my sister. And everybody know you messy as all shit. But I didn't know the mess that ran through your veins inhibited your hiring practices, okay? We find out that sunny old rough face ass was sitting up there being Destiny producer and turned around and married Destiny X. Now that's a different kind of lowdown. Lack of integrity. The pubic hair on Sunny box must be that she must have borrowed some of Kiki hairdos and put it on her box, the lack of integrity. Because my body can't even begin to get activated for anything any one of my friends touched. Anything any one of my friends touch, my body can't even begin to get activated. The moment one of my friends tell me they used to talk to somebody, they used to go with somebody, it's almost as if my brain automatically puts that person, I'm not even gonna say in the friend zone, my brain automatically puts that person in a box that says associate. Oh, that's my people's. And real talk, any correspondence that I have with that person is always through my friend, the person that connected us. Now, there is a world where people say that's somebody's ex, so it should not matter. And I guess in the grand scheme of a technicality, perhaps it shouldn't. But if we are friends, that's just too close for comfort. It's just too close for comfort, right? Now, there's another school of thought that says, but what if those two people are truly soulmates? What if they're truly soulmates? What if they're truly destined to be happy for the rest of their lives? Then does it make the betrayal worth it? And you know what? I'm willing to go out on a limb and say maybe yes. Maybe it is. You know, why should I forfeit the love of my life because y'all used to go together? And this may be honestly the love of my life. And there is something to say about that, but just know. It's just messy. It's messy, and I'm finna institute all the double standards here. For me, I know on the show, a lot of people were saying a lot of the burden and the onus lies on the gentleman, Moses. I beg to differ. I think the onus lies on Sonny. And it's a complete double standard here, but we know men ain't shit. They just ain't. Men, we just ain't. For whatever reason. Maybe we were made this way. Maybe we were born that way. Maybe I'm giving too much grace to men. We just ain't shit. A man will fuck anything. A man will stick his dick, especially a straight black man. A straight black man will fuck anything. And that's true T. I think as a woman, there's just some girl code shit, some sister code shit. Sonny crossed so many boundaries. Girl code, woman code, job code. You were this girl's producer. You were getting intel on this man from producing this girl's story and from being her friend. And, you know, it makes one ask, when did y'all start talking? And even if, just on a technicality, you started talking to him after they had broken up, even if, you can't say that the intel that you collected from Destiny did not lend itself to you cultivating this relationship. And that alone just makes it a complete violation. That alone makes it a complete violation. Now, don't get me twisted. Moses is fine as all shit. He looked good. He looked damn good. You know what I'm saying? But there's an integrity issue there, Sonny, and you should be concerned. Moses, you should be concerned. And Sonny, you should be concerned too, because look at how y'all moving. Look at how y'all moving. It might not be wrong, but it's definitely a little unethical. It definitely is a little unethical. And Destiny meets up with Tisha at Tisha's Airbnb, and Tisha says, well, you know, Destiny, one day you're going to have a conversation with Moses. I beg to differ. I completely beg to differ. They're married at this point. There's nothing to discuss. Because nothing Destiny and Moses can ever talk about is going to undo that marriage. Nothing in Destiny and Moses is going to talk about is going to undo the betrayal. They're done. I think that conversations are reserved for people who are trying to salvage relationships. Now, if Destiny is honestly interested in salvaging a relationship with Moses, which is her choice, which is possible, which is totally fine if that's what she chooses to do, because they've been friends for 15 plus years, then a conversation needs to be had. But if not, there's no conversation that needs to be had. And she damn sure need to say shit to Sonny. It's some low down shit. And but it's beautiful, right? Because I think this is the first time in reality TV history that we've seen a producer go from producer to becoming a cast member. And Destiny, I don't know what your income is looking like. I know your hair store got closed down, and I know you was going through some financial woes with your divorce. But on the flip side of things, this whole situation created a job for you to come back to the show. And that's what I said. Love and Marriage Huntsville is very unique in the fact that it continues to find ways to be authentic and to be real. And I don't think that there are many reality TV shows left out there where you can look at it and be like, oh my God, this is real. These scenes are not put together. Like, this shit is really going on in real life. So they talk about Carlos King having his podcast event with Melody. And Tisha says she's not going because she doesn't want to be around those mellometers or whatever. I completely understand it. And I said this at the top of the video. I was like, you know, the way people have got emotionally connected to this show and the way they go in like they know these people for real, it really is sickening and can get on your nerve. And Tisha, I completely, you know, understand what it is that you were experiencing from some social media, because I experienced it too, and it's part of the reason why I walked away. Now, I'm going to take a moment here because a lot of y'all, and I'm one of those people where I never have my own head too far up my ass, wherein that I can't sit back and reflect. And there was a video that I did. I can't remember what was the catalyst for me to doing the video, but the word on the curb is that I went in on Mel. So much so that her brother made a video and folks was going in and making videos, and y'all said I went in on Mel hard. Here's the funny thing. In doing the video, whichever one, because I really don't even have remembered at this point. In doing the video, when going into it, I can be very honest with y'all and say my intention was not like, I'm here to get her. I was just venting from my perspective and on how I felt. If I remember what some of the chatter was around that time, a lot of people were saying, you know, oh my God, Daniva, you went in so hard. You didn't have to call that lady all types of bitches and hoes and so on and so forth. And not that it makes it right, but I want y'all to understand that in Miami, that's how we talk, okay? But aside from that, I'm still going to apologize. I'm still going to apologize to Mel. I'm going to apologize to Mel's family. I'm going to apologize to the Mellow Meters. I'm going to apologize to anybody who was offended by my commentary, who felt like I went in extra hard. And I'm telling y'all, charge it to my head and not my heart, because, again, my intention was not like, oh, I hate her, let me just damage this woman. That's just how we talk when we get excited in Miami. And I know everybody may not understand that, and that may not suffice as an excuse for some people, but that's just what it was. I think where it got frustrating for me was people tried to tie in the fact that because I had gone to black and had a night or two of drinking that black, that all of a sudden I was in the pocket of the Scots or whatever, and now I'm coming at. And see, for me, that's when, for me, y'all get to the point where y'all doing too much. Okay, I've been doing this for 13 going on 14 years now, and I have not outlasted all your faves and still been the king in this space, not being able to be objective. Y'all learned that word bias and y'all ran the shit into the ground. I said, you know what? Well, I'm gonna let y'all have it then. I'm just gonna back away from the shit, because apparently what is the word? The perception of impropriety is all it takes to compromise something, right? And I was like, okay, Q, you've been compromised, because people feel like, even though it's not true, that you've gotten so close to the Scots that your opinion in this space is not valid. And that's another reason why I walked away from it. But a bitch is back, all right? Let me put this out here for the world to know. Not that it even matters, because my circle and my life don't overlap with Melody, and hers don't overlap with mine. But let me just put it out there. Melody, I do not have no problem with you. Marcus, I didn't even see what you said in your video. It's water under the bridge at this point. I don't have a problem with you. We're frat brothers, whatever. I'm pretty sure at some point in the near future, we're probably going to run into each other. And I don't want it to be no awkward bullshit. Now, I'm here to let you know I'm from Miami and I can fight. Now, it could be a Kiki. It could be a kiki or we could tussle. However y'all want to do it, I'm down with it. But I'm here to let you know I ain't got no problems with it. And I ain't never lost no fight. And if I do lose one, it's gonna be one hell of a fight, bitch. And and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about me. If I feel like I'm losing the fight, I'm just gonna scratch the shit out of a bitch face. So when them pictures hit the blogs, bitch, the picture evidence gonna say something contrary to what happened. Now I ain't trying to fight nobody, but anyway, I ain't got no problem with that damn lady. And I interviewed Mel one time. I want to get her back on the line and do a follow-up interview since so many years have gone by. I got to get Destiny on the line because it's a whole lot going on down in Huntsville. I will say this. I thought that the Carlos King podcast, when Melody started talking about being sexually unfulfilled by Martell, I thought it was a little tasteless, and here is why. She knows that that is going to send Martell over the roof, through the roof. She knows it. And it's like, this is some of the shit that I was pointing out in some of my earlier videos about Mel. And granted, there's an argument that could be made that she got the right to do whatever the fuck she want to do, considering all the things that he's put her through. But in knowing that that man is crazy as hell, and knowing that he gonna bang the hell out of your door and push the hell out of your doorbell, and knowing that he gonna run to the blogs as soon as he can and try to spray you, why poke at that man? And I know it's unfair that he get to poke at you and you got to be quiet, but I'm telling you, lady, pick peace. Y'all already know that Martell has got the most fragile masculine ego of any man in reality TV. His ego is so doggone fragile. It is so fragile. And for you to pick at his sex game, we already know a lot of men tie their worth to their dick. I just found it, I felt like in bringing it up and embarrassing him in that way that you were inviting whatever came your way as by means of a response from Martell, because you know he's not going to handle that shit well, and you did it to embarrass him. And Carlos King has helped you foster that doggone environment to further embarrass that man. You know, Carlos addressed Martell doing a post talking about the scene was fake and those were actors in the background, and you know, if Carlos don't depict his story right, then yada 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 yada. You know, quiet as it's kept, Carlos, you should have suspended his ass for half a doggone season, because something like that coming from a main cast member really can ruin the integrity of a show. It truly can. And I'm glad that Carlos took to the situation and addressed it. And I will say this, from what I know of Carlos King and a lot of the people that work on his productions, that they aren't fake. I've been around long enough to know, and I'll say, guys, they are not fake. Are they messy? Yes, God, that's the Carlos King way of producing TV. They're messy as all fuck, but they're definitely not fake. Then he calls Sonny and Moses to the stage. And then coming up this season on Love and Marriage Huntsville, flashes across the screen, and we see that Sonny and Moses are going to be, you know, big on the thing. So, you know, I'm curious to know how much involvement Marcel and Tisha are going to have this season. I'm curious to know how much involvement Kimmy and Maurice are going to have. And I'm glad to see that that lady and that man that got the matching hips, Lewis and that line lady, I'm glad to see that they're out of the picture. Destiny, do whatever you got to do to keep your job. Don't get let go again. Because it ain't no money easier than reality TV money. There's nowhere else on earth you're going to go get paid the type of money y'all get paid to sit up and have dinner with a bunch of bitches and lie and smile and grin and kiki. That's Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. You know, I'm going to get all the behind the scenes from the people and kind of get it going. I ain't going to lie to you. I missed the reality TV review space just a little bit. Not enough to jump all the way in, but I can commit to y'all. I can commit to watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. So y'all stick around and stay tuned. But y'all don't forget, tickets will be going on sale in the next day or two. Pay attention to my Instagram. I also, you know, mention it on my show and on the videos. And they might have kicked Wanda off the show, but I'm bringing Wanda to help me co-host this party. We're going to have a messy, good time Down to the Black in Huntsville on May 26th. So get your outfit, get ready to get your tickets, and I'll see y'all at the end of the month. Bye.